Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video. This one we're going to be talking and taking a look at none other than the new tapped update, which is called the Hellfish Bonanza, something like that. Basically, this is essentially it's just a Guilds deal. It's not much of an update. So they kind of added these 3 updates. Some people are calling it the military update, and then they're classing this and Rommelwood as like the military update. I'm going to count them as separate updates because they haven't tied them in terms of questline, and they haven't tied them in terms of like prize tracks or anything like that. So I mean, I don't really consider them the same event. Of course, they have a similar theme. Doesn't mean they're the same event necessarily, because I think personally Halloween and Christmas had a very similar theme. I don't consider them the same event. Yeah, so basically we've got one Guilds deal. So here's the Guilds deal, as you can see. So basically all you get is Hellfish Abe, Hellfish Burns, a chest, and you get basically a building, which is a secret sort of passageway, which is obviously a grave, the Hellfish grave, but it's also got like an underground thingy. So of course we're going to look at the first costume, which is the Hellfish Abe. My first beef with this costume, I guess, and it might seem a bit petty to you guys, but I don't like the costume at all. And the reason I don't like the costume too much is it doesn't look young. It doesn't look like a young Abe. It's essentially an old Abe in a costume. Now, of course, they did this whole joke when, you know, they did this joke with Herman, where basically Abe was taking care of his stock. And that's probably why he got robbed, because Abe's obviously incompetent. But the problem thing is, I don't want them to do that. I don't want them to make, the costume like an old version of Abe. I want the young version of Abe, because that's where the costume's from. I want the young version of Abe, where the flashbacks come from. And then also, to make matters worse, the Hellfish Burns, which is here, it's the other costume we get. I don't like this either, because it's not the young version of Burns. Now, of course, there's also a task with this costume, which is the tennis task, with him playing tennis. I love that task. It's a brilliant task, because it relates to the episode, but it just takes something away from it, because he doesn't look like young Mr. Burns. He's an old Mr. Burns. And look at this picture right here, which is a screenshot from the episode. That is what Mr. Burns looked like when he's playing tennis. He's got a similar hairstyle, but he's got brown hair. He's got no wrinkles. Abe, looking there, got no wrinkles either. That's what I wanted. I wanted a young version of these guys. I didn't want an old version, and so it's really annoyed me that they've given us an old version. I wanted a young version. It's a bit of a silly beef, but it's a beef nonetheless, and it's one that I personally, I'm feel pretty strongly about it. I'm kind of annoyed that they didn't give us a young version. So the 2 things we get, as you can see them here, is this is the grave, or the grave thing, building with the chest, and there you can see Abe in the game, Hellfish Abe in the game. Again, I don't like it. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of it. It's kind of cool, I guess, but I don't like how they were the only 2 things they gave us. I wish they gave us something else for this. And I'm kind of annoyed that it was just a Guilds deal. It's kind of annoying because people who don't play premium can't get anything Hellfish related. It's quite annoying, I don't like it when they do that. And so I'm a fan of the. I guess I'm a fan of the building. I guess it's kind of. I do really like it, and it will fit in really nicely. And I like the whole secret layer thing when you send a character to do something. There, when you send Hellfish Abe, of course it opens up so you can see the stairs. And the chest is kind of cool as well. It's nice because obviously it's got the big Hellfish logo on it. And there's nothing wrong with these 1 building and decoration, but I just would have liked a little bit more, something more. And I would have preferred it if they made the entire military, they actually made it a military event with all the Rommelwood stuff as well, and they added in a few more of the military kind of theme stuff, and they made it into an actual event, because an actual military themed event, because I would have liked that, but they didn't, and it's really annoying. And of course, that's literally all we've got. There's not really much more to say. I mean, do I like it overall? It's quite difficult, because I wanted them to do this. I really did want them to do this. I've been wanting them to do this for at least 2 years, to do something with the Hellfish. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like I feel let down. You know, I do feel let down. I think it's cool that we got a Hellfish Abe and Hellfish Burns, although I don't think the costumes have been done right. And I got to say, the one thing I can't really give any beef to is the the decoration in the building we got. I've got no beefs on them. I think they're really, really cool, both cool. The only problem I have with it is, again, coming back to it, it's only donut places can get it, and it's 190 donuts. It's not like it's really, really, really cheap. It's quite expensive, relatively expensive. So you know, that's it. I mean, it was It's an okay, I guess. And you know, if you have the donuts, you guys are gonna get it. But anyway, guys, that's it for my little review. I hope you enjoyed this little review. Just wanted to kind of say my thoughts on it. Please, guys, tell me your thoughts on it. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think they could have made it better? Like I think they could have made it better. And yeah, so I'll see you next video. Goodbye.